Ever wondered why your salary vanishes faster than you can say payday? You're not alone. Month after month, the paycheck comes in, and by the 25th, it's a distant memory. According to recent data, a staggering 78% of people find themselves struggling to make ends meet before the month even ends, despite earning a decent salary. But what if I told you there's a smarter way to manage your money? In this video, I'll unveil practical strategies and insider tips to help you regain control of your finances. From crafting a realistic budget to prioritizing savings and cutting down on frivolous expenses, you'll discover actionable steps to ensure your salary lasts longer and works harder for you. Subscribe to the Wealthy channel and let's dive in. Number 1. You budget your expenses, but not your savings. Most people carefully plan their expenses: rent, groceries, bills. But when it comes to savings, they make the biggest financial blunder by budgeting their expenses first and saving whatever is left. But guess what? Nothing is ever left. Mike and David both earn $5,000 a month. Mike spends first and saves whatever remains, which is usually nothing. David, however, automates 20% of his salary into savings before spending a dime. 5 years later, Mike is still struggling, while David has over $60,000 saved and invested. "I'll save later" is the biggest financial lie you tell yourself. Wealth isn't built on how much you earn, but how much you keep and invest. You wouldn't forget to pay your rent, so why forget to invest in your future? Treat savings like a bill you must pay every month, because your financial freedom depends on it. Number 2, your lifestyle inflates faster than your income. The moment you get a raise, a bonus, or a higher-paying job, what do? Upgrade your car, move to a fancier apartment, start eating out more. Basically, you reward yourself. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth. Morgan Housel, in The Psychology of Money, said, "Wealth is what you don't see." But most people focus on what others can see: designer clothes, expensive gadgets, luxury vacations. The result? No matter how much you earn, your bank balance still feels empty before the month ends. You don't have a money problem, you have a spending problem. Whenever you get a raise, increase your investments first, not your spending. Look at Keanu Reeves, one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. Despite earning millions, he still lives a modest life and invests heavily. The lesson? If you keep inflating your lifestyle, you'll always stay trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Instead, lock in your old spending habits and let your income, not your expenses, grow. If you increase spending every time your income rises, you'll never escape the rat race. The rich don't just earn more, they keep more. If your income is a bucket, lifestyle inflation is a hole in the bottom. No matter how much water, money, you pour in, it will always leak out, unless you patch the hole. Number 3, you confuse wants with needs. The biggest financial trap? Convincing yourself that luxuries are necessities. You tell yourself, "I need the latest iPhone," when your old one works just fine. Robert Kiyosaki, in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said, "The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them." But how can your money work for you if you're spending it all on things you don't actually need? The truth is, you're not out of money, you're out of control. Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, was worth billions but drove an old pickup truck and lived simply. Why? Because he understood the difference between wants and needs. Before you buy anything, ask yourself, if I lost my job today, would I still buy this? If the answer is no, skip it. Financial struggle isn't about income, it's about your spending decisions. Luxury isn't a necessity, it's a choice you make at the cost of your future. You say you need a $200 sneaker, but do you really? Your grandparents built homes and raised families on less than what you spend on subscriptions, lattes, and impulse buys. The problem isn't your salary, it's your mindset. Number 4, you rely too much on credit cards. Swiping your credit card feels effortless until the bill arrives. Most people don't realize they're not just paying for what they bought, but also for the privilege of borrowing money at 20% interest or more. Debt is the biggest wealth killer. Yet, millions use credit cards to fund a lifestyle they can't afford, thinking they're managing their finances wisely. But here's the brutal truth. If you need a credit card to survive, you're already spending more than you earn. Mark Cuban, billionaire investor, once said, If you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich. Why? Because the interest payments make banks rich, not you. Treat your credit card like a debit card. Never spend money you don't have and always pay the full balance. Using a credit card for unnecessary spending is like jumping into a pool without knowing how to swim. Eventually, the debt will pull you under. If you can't buy it twice in cash, you can't afford it. Financial freedom starts when you stop depending on borrowed money. Number 5. You make emotional financial decisions. If you spend when you're happy and spend even more when you're sad, congratulations, you're letting emotions control your finances. Buying a new gadget after a stressful week or treating yourself to luxury shopping after a promotion might feel good, but in reality, it's your emotions fooling you into financial disaster. People do not make financial decisions based on spreadsheets. They make them at the dinner table or in a meeting room driven by emotions and personal experiences. The harsh truth? Your bank balance doesn't care how you feel. Bad decisions today will still haunt you tomorrow. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, never lets emotions dictate his financial choices. His rule? If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you do need. Before every purchase, pause and ask yourself, would I buy this if I were in a neutral mood? If not, walk away. Making emotional financial decisions is like driving blindfolded. You might feel in control for a while, but sooner or later you'll crash. Buying happiness with money is a short-term illusion. It often leads to long-term debt. Your future self will thank you for self-control today. Take charge of your finances today. Implement the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income should go to needs, 30% wants, and 20% should be invested, and watch your financial stability improve. Your salary isn't the problem. Your financial habits are. Wealthy people make their money work for them, while broke people let their money control them. Start today. Track, save, invest, and cut out financial leaks. The goal isn't just to survive the month. It's to create a life where money is never a worry again. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for joining us today. Our wealthy discussion will continue in the next video. Until then, take care.